Alright guys, here we are. This is Chuck with B4. I showed you last night my back testing setup, how I did some back testing with the B4 CoPilot Pro. I just used the delta divergence and the unfinished auction. I did at least one signal, and I did that with my sorry, I'm watching the trade here. I did that with my, I'm gonna go ahead and I wasn't doing this earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and move that. This is the trail. I'm gonna go ahead and take some discretion on that and move the trail there. Yeah, this is doing micros here on the MES, and this is with 6 contracts. You can see on my live account this morning, I did about $300. And on the sim account here that I'm doing right now, I went ahead and closed out. I was down a little bit. You can see that there by the 622. So I was down about $500 at one time.
Order filled.
You know, I would expect that on a day where you plan to make, $600, $1,000, do a $500 drawdown, you could stomach that risk management wise or whatever. So yeah, I was about to shut it down. I said, well, let me let it go here, and boom, we got a nice move. Took I think a small loss then, and took a nice move again, and then another nice move, and it brought it right on up to $307. I think that's how that went. Pretty close to how it went there. But anyway, I went ahead and turned it on. I waited a little while, went and refreshed myself, got me some water and stuff, and I came back and sat down, and I turned it on sim, and boom, it started kicking it on sim. I said, man, I wish I turned that on live, wish it coulda, shoulda, woulda, all that good stuff. Anyway, this is what the strategy's doing this morning. This is with micros, 6 contracts with our ATM. I made a couple little, discretionary calls with my stop loss. Guys, when you're sitting here watching this and you see something that just isn't working out, you see that it's, you look at your charts and your analysis is telling you, hey, that's not the best direction. I need to guard it. You probably need to go ahead and make the manual move like right here. There's plenty of money in that. I know I got a nice ATM that's working, but man, it makes sense to go ahead and guard that position. I mean, it's in the money. You got room. You're coming up on support down here. The system doesn't see that.
Stop filled.
Anyway, the little strategy's working very nice this morning. Even in that volatility that we had. Now, one of the good things that one of the members brought up yesterday was, Chuck, that did extremely well. He watched the video and everything, and said, Chuck, that did very well. Even in that volatility that we had yesterday morning, that was crazy. And I'm like, yeah, that was some rough volatility there. It kind of chopped me up in the room there. The strategy itself did very well amongst all that choppiness that we had yesterday morning. It did well this morning. Now, it wasn't as choppy this morning, but some of the candles were large candles. Even though you get the right direction, if you're trading too large, it's hard to hold it. A lot of things come down to the proper trade management, size allocation, risk management. Definitely risk management. Some of the hardest things to learn, lessons to learn in this market. But you lose enough times, you start to gain a little wisdom. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you this, show it to you this morning. Come on here, and I went ahead and ran that strategy, ran it live, and I'm running it sim now just to see what woulda, coulda, shoulda, whatever, just to have some an example of what it'll do throughout the day. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to take the time to show it to you. Hey, if you're interested in this ATM strategy, hit me up. Comment down below. I'll be glad to give it to you guys. Hey, and take a look at our B4 Signals website. Take a look and see if you're interested in becoming a member. You can rent. We got right now. We're got some good prices on our B4 CoPilot Pro. Got a lot of good things coming up. We're in the works. We're working on reorganizing our prop firm a little bit, getting some better prices for you guys. So we're working hard on that. Well, hold on a minute. Let's let this. Let's take it while we got this. Let's look at that. I'm looking at my other charts. I have some supplementary charts to look at. I'm big time in Ichimoku, guys. And I'm looking at one of my Ichimoku charts, and guys, we're still kind of above the Tenkan. So get out of there. I'm expecting this, maybe stopping out here. This is one I'd probably come in and guard on. Fact, I didn't have time. Can't talk and trade at the same time, guys. I learned that a long time ago. I probably would have pulled that down here. In fact, I might go ahead and do it now.
Stop filled.
Yeah. Now the Kijinsen is flat down here somewhere on my other chart. It may come tap the Kijinsen there. What I'm looking at is a Chikou still above candles.
Order filled.
Took another one. Let's see what it does. And this is one instance where I would mitigate risk. Meaning, I got a nice level there. I got a trend line going there. If this trade doesn't work out when it crosses that trend line, I would call that quits for this position. So as far as mitigating and taking some manual discretion on your trades, I'd probably do something like that in this case. Looking at your numbers, you'd probably be around 200, 190. If that took you out, you'd still be ahead. Still be managing your position. That would be reasonable to do that. Now it's coming down. Like I said, it may come down and touch the Kijinsen. I'm looking at that on trading view, so the levels are a little bit different. I'm thinking Kijinsen is going to be around here somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and take my liberty and guard some profit on that trade. Now there's my ATM kicking in. I'll just let it run to kind of demonstrate it. See how it flipped? That's one of the good things about it. At a certain point in your trade, you want it to trail correctly. You want to take the majority of the profit. You see that with the 4 contracts here. And it's leaving the 2 back here as a trail. And this is designed for a trade that's going to run. It may have a couple hiccups in it. Those lines that you're seeing, those are virgin points of control. Basically, I have this on a 210 bar. It's kind of a Unirenko style bar. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see that. That's a Unirenko bar. It's a custom bar from B4. B4 bars there. We got it at a 210. That's my preferred settings. A lot of our members use a 220. and they find that that fits the volatility of the ES pretty well. It's a little big for me. I'm a little faster on the draw, I guess you would say. Some of those guys in the team, they kind of Cadillac style, you know. I'm more of a Porsche. I gotta get in, get out. I gotta watch it close. I don't have the big accounts that some of those guys have. Anyway, looking at this, that you'll see that those are virgin points of control. You can see that better here and have a better understanding of that right here. Taking a look at that on a 30-minute chart, a lot of your professional traders are going to use a volume profile on a 30-minute chart, and we got our virgin points of control there. It gives you a really nice system of your levels. Now, I can't make, on my own, I can't make decisions like that this fast to flip and so forth. It cost me a little bit of money this morning flipping like that, but in the volatile market that we had, the strategy prevailed. I'm seeing right now that price is right at the top of the cloud on the 3-minute chart, and the cheek out is still above the candle, so we're still bullish and a possibility to bounce off of that cloud. So I don't have as much hope for this trade right here. That is more of my bias right there. If we can break that trend line, that would be more of what I would understand from my price action analysis, more likely to do. But we shall see. Not gonna be much longer here, guys. I'm just gonna probably see what this. I don't know. Don't know what we're gonna get here. Let me look internal here, kind of see what's going on with our footprint here. So we got some nice buy orders right there. So we might have some strength to the upside. These are imbalances here. This is where an exuberant amount of buyers stepped in. And if you're used to looking at the tape, you'll understand the bid and the ask, and order flow. Again, buyers starting to step in a little bit right there. Took them out. Let's see. This line that you see right here, this is our mean line. This is
order filled.
This is considered fair value. There's a lot of support down here, guys. It makes sense that there's a lot of support here.
Order filled.
Because it has a thick cumulo, a thick cloud underneath it. Again, I'm still bullish bias in this situation. Let's see what it's going to do. Our trend background is turned green for us here.
Order filled.
Don't like the shorts. In fact, if I don't want to take in shorts, I could come in here and turn these shorts off. I might do that. Just to show you can turn off your longs and shorts if you have a bias and you're looking only to take a certain direction. You can definitely do that with the system. All that support down there, I'm going to guard it. Not that we can't just blow through all that.
Stop filled.
But I was explaining that if you look on a 3-minute chart right now, there's a thick cumulo right up under here. And the reason why the cloud gets thick is because that's an area where there was a lot of a battleground area. So it was an area of consolidation forecasted by the cloud. When you see a thin Kumo,
Order filled.
that's an area where price passed through, it was unbalanced, and moved from one area of discovery to the next. And typically, they teach you in Ichimoku that, hey, if your price is coming up to an area where there was a thin Kumo, it's likely to pass through. Well, the rationale behind that is because if you'll notice on your price action charts, if you start noticing places where you have thin prints, price does pass through that area easier. You'll see another, like a ping pong effect, another set of orders waiting on the other side, and it pushes it hard, no resistance, and it goes right through. Same principle that you see here on the volume profile. You'll see price will slow down when it gets to an area of high volume nodes, but it'll pass through very quickly between the areas where it's a low volume nodes typically. Same principle that they were teaching with Ichimoku way back when. Again, you could take these, and when you're in a good profit position, you could take a little liberty on this. You don't have to let it completely automate. In this position, you're barely ahead right now. You had a couple little flips and tosses. You might want to guard that position aggressively. We're at a major level right there. That's a bullish level. And that could be an area where we could likely flip here. The more that you see that the volume gaining at the top of this candle, the more likely we are to flip. And there it is. Where do we expect it to come back down to? Right up in here. That's fair value. Now, we'll look here, open it up. When we get to
order filled.
Okay, that was a pullback. That would have been a B4 bar pullback, but I don't have it turned on here. Right there. Now, in this condition right here, coming down, coming to support, I would probably, if I were live, I would guard that, at least make it pay for itself. Hey guys, I'm just, if I got room and the trade can pay for itself, I want it to pay for itself. I can always take another trade, especially with the system here, and especially I'll have good timing on that re-entry because I have it set up here with these unfinished auctions and these delta divergences, and when they hit, they're strong. And usually price is trucking. So I'm not worried about getting stopped out and then the trade going on without me. Hey, I got a mechanism in place to just guard the trade.
Stop filled.
You're likely going to have a nice explosion of price action there to get you into a continuation move. We can zoom out a little bit and look at that. Yeah, we'll do it in that fashion. You can see, for instance, let's say that you got taken out here whenever it pulled back. Let's say you're aggressive when you stop. No big deal, it got you in here. Let's say that you messed up and you said, you guarded it too close or you got back out. No big deal, it got you in here.
Order filled.
Now in this instance, you got a lot of meat on the bone there. Hey,
Stop filled.
If it gets up here, makes another hit above that level right there, more power to you. Let it go. It may make it back up to here. But even though that was a mitigated area, I know it's still an area of interest. It makes sense to guard sometimes. That's why I like looking at it from this perspective and a macro approach. Also look at it in a detailed view, a micro approach. Anyway, guys, this is our little system here, the CoPilot Pro, and I'm using the footprint. I'm just using the CoPilot Pro and the Footprint Pro here together. We have and the B4 bars. Don't want to forget about them. We have many more indicators, and we got a lot more stuff coming, guys. Got a lot of exciting things happening here at B4. Just wanted to take a little time with you this morning. I showed you a back testing of this last night. I wanted to show you a little live, a little forward.
Order filled.
A little forward testing with it. Actually, some live results of what I did this morning. And what I could have done on top of that. We'll go ahead and let this finish out here before. Again, my bias is still bullish. Looking at the overall Chicow is on top of the 3-minute cloud. Guys, a lot of people tell you to take the Chicow off of your chart. I like to consider myself Chicow Chuck. Somebody tells you to take a Chicow off your chart, and they're trying to teach you Ichimoku. Guys, turn off that channel. If it's a book you're reading, burn that joker.
Stop filled.
Guy doesn't know a thing about Ichimoku. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. I pulled a muscle this morning. I wasn't even going to trade.
Order filled.
I got myself together and I decided I'd go ahead and trade this morning. I was going to guard that. Yeah, I pulled a muscle this morning. I didn't go live in the live room, but I did go ahead and trade. Depending on how I'm feeling, I may or may not go live in the morning, so we'll see from there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and guard this position. Keeping about $70.
Order filled.
Bad estimation, sorry about that. Please keep it green. Risk management, trade management, very vital. Again, I'm bullish biased. Just from my experience with Ichimoku, what I've seen over the years. For that reason, I pulled that down, mitigate some of this potential exposure I have here. Glad to take what I can when I can, even if it hurts my feelings, against my bias. Hey, I'm okay
Stop
with that.
filled.
Don't like it much when it happens the other way, but you know, it is what it is. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause this and go ahead and stop the stream. Hey guys, thank you for your attention. Again, if you're interested in finding out more about this indicator, this strategy, check us out.